2. Ghoul on Wretched Shop, tiebreaker, Spirit on Records Yard. Now, Gohan, we'll be here all night. Are we thinking Caustic can pinch a series of Chinese Dragons last minute? Chinese Dragons have tied a series, however, they've never lost one.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how they go, especially with that in mind. But we do have Lemon is on the West Coast. He is running Egg with the Jeweled Beetle, so he's going to be going for those flings into the corners and hoping that he can get some slams into some objects behind them to go for a quick and easy 2-tap. But we have found the first chase here at 1, and now we are going to be going on to Nias, and Nias is going to be flung, but he's going to miss the tile here at the edge 1 as well. That is mighty unfortunate for Lemon, because that would have been a spicy 2-tap here. But now we are going to get the tag onto Nias, and Nias is going to run over down towards the mid-map of the map. I'm going to go back into main here. Hunter, this is looking kind of grim for Lemon, especially when we see that progress in the background.
Just a little bit, I mean, it was just a little bit spicy at the start of the game, as you pointed out. Jewel Beetle, unfortunately, just kind of biting us in the ass. I mean, we just missed that throw into the wall by inches. And if we did, yeah, you're right, it was a 2-tap. But regardless, this is going to allow Nias to have an even longer chase than what it's worth. I mean, yeah, in all honesty, it's just upsetting for Lemon that it's actually gone on for this long. He's just going to take a break on this pallet here. There's going to be a lovely window allowed for Nias to just vault into there over at 3, and now he's just ran all the way back to top side, nice and far away from those backside generators that are being worked very deep into the corrupt zone. That's going to be the first generator of the trial proccing over at 10, trying to short swing through that on the side of Lemon, trying to take advantage of the ping there. A little bit of technique coming in as well. He's opted to commit this chase, and we've spent a little too long here. Maybe we leave? Yeah, I'm starting to get a faint Terror Radius away, or maybe we're a little bit maybe indecisive. Yeah, we're continuing on all the way over at corner 1. We don't really have a lot to work with here over on the side of Nias. He only had smash hit in a dream, realistically, but ultimately going to be going down into the corner of 1 for something that's looking like, you know, just sub 130, 140 of a chase, I would say. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's correct. You see the timer on the screen. That's how long it took, when potentially within the first minute you could have had it down, and it's just upsetting to see. We do get the pain res over there over at 2, but now Lemon going to do his rounds check around the generators here. Now, or not all this lost, Gohan. When you think about Coal Tower, you think about flipping the map, and we've got a hook on top side, so if we can manage to keep up the pressure here, this can be vital for Lemon. Regardless, we are going to be continuing chase here onto Sakuda over at 11, who's going to be slapping this nice filler pallet into the face of Lemon, and then playing around the check spot there accordingly, winning that 50, and now making distance all the way down into main. Got to be dodging that second dash, and just unfortunate for Lemon not to quite connect that, but Sakuda has a nice, I don't know, this broken 4 walls tile. I keep saying it's a broken 4 walls, I don't even know what this is, but regardless, going to be winning that 50 on the side of Sakuda, playing very nicely. Winning another 50, he didn't even vault the pallet, he just kind of stood there. We could have just swung through that. Oh no, now we do take the swing over on the side of Lemon, and Sakuda forced all the way into the bottom side of the map, where, you know, he's just trying to get to that death location, probably around that 6 tile or something of the sort, over at 7 maybe. He is going to be pre-dropping 9 though, so he can try to create the distance to go all the way down there as soon as possible. He does have a Orman filler to tie in his chase, and again, Lemon really crumbling underneath the pressure at the moment, losing a lot of 50s, and it's a lot easier said than done, obviously, but it just goes to show how well Chinese Dragons are playing in their chases here, Gohan.
Yeah, indeed it is. It is looking rough for Lemon, especially with how long this second chase has been going on for as well. And it is looking very rough indeed. The bro is struggling. We do have people here ready to take the protection hit for Sakuda as well. We are going to fling Lin into the tile as well, or the 4 tile, if we can get back onto with a killer. Yeah, thank you. We are going to be chasing over onto Lin now. We're going to switch over to Lin, but no, we have opted to go back for the Jake. The Jake has now made it all the way down to Shaq. This is kind of grim, considering, as what you said, he needed to flip the map, and they've flipped the map very, very well indeed. But unfortunately, he is going to get caught out of guard, and he is going to go down here at the tiled edge of 6. But as we see those gems popping in the background, that's going to be 2 gems popped for that second chase. That is grim. But now we have the hook going into basement, so we're gonna have to see how they can play this out. They might opt to just honestly just open the door and leave, because you got a door here at 6 and a door there at 2 as well. So they most likely will leave, and honestly, well played to Chinese Dragons to only get 2 stages on the board until that end game situation.
It's not just over yet, Gohan. I mean, they might even be going for the save, pulling a cheeky one
He saw
underneath his
effect.
nose. No, he did, but there's scratch marks leading all the way into 8 here, so this is potentially grounds for even more stages if we do get the down onto Lin. He is going to be using this pallet here, pre-dropping this 7 tile and chaining it all the way into 6, but I don't think he has anything to his avail. He's just going to be trying to tree tech here and buy himself enough time to make it a little bit more of a death location, maybe get a hit take in the process as well. Not quite coming in there from Neos, unfortunately, but we do have power back in hand. We are going to be getting jiggied though. Maybe we just take the hook here. I mean, probably be in his best interest. Just hopefully there's no beamer of some sort, anybody in the corner. Hang on a second, wait, if there was a firecracker there, I would have popped for that, but I do think that was our flashlight survivor just kind of getting body blocked and unfortunately not being, oh, it wasn't even a flashlight. Hold on, he's just, he's really playing aggressive to try and take this hit. Is he almost off? Maybe. There's 4 hooks here. He makes one regardless. It is a firecracker, nevertheless. Wait a second.
Wait, he misses the swing.
No, but it doesn't even matter because I'm pretty sure he can just follow. No, wait, we do have Neos here for a body block. That's going to be Neos tagged as well. Maybe this is potentially 3 stages as we do maybe pre-drop that Shack Tower. No, we've opted to greet it. And now, wait, hang on a second. We've caught out Sakuda here. He's the only healthy survivor. He has been thrown into a whole lot of nothing. Now going to be using that body block there. I do believe that this is all 4 survivors out of the trial here. No, wait, last minute infection rate's going to get a slam onto Sakuda. And that's going to be 5 stages when it could have been 4 if they just took all outs from the door. But I understand wanting to play for the best possible result. I'm pretty sure they're pretty confident that their killer main will be able to beat that 5-stage tie condition. But wow, oh wow, did they put on a performance. I think in the end, Lemon just did a little bit too much overcommitting. See this in the match, but we're going to be seeing our survivors spawn all the way over at the bottom side of the map, meaning killer spawning top side of the map here. I do believe over at 11, as he does take ground all the way down into 9, trying to sniff out those crossing survivors here. He does anticipate somebody's over to the 7 side, and he does spot out Chief, who does not have balance landing in hand, is going to be dropping down that hill there, using the window to his advantage. Now is forced all the way into the middle section of the map, taking up first chase. We do see some rotations there, heading towards the top side of the map here. Now does Pig opt to commit this or leave? He is getting a little bit of a look around just to see if he wants to commit this and make his decision accordingly, but just decide to follow up here over at 10, is going to continue on the chase. Chief playing very nicely to avoid the first tag within the first couple of games, and I say that Caster's Curse, this is going to be slammed into the wall here, and like Gohan, I think the build is a little bit different. We've swapped out Brutal Strength, so no Comfort perk, and we've brought Wretched Fate, and then we've swapped Pop for Eruption, so, you know, very conventional, but we did see Beetle still being brought into the trial, and was Egg being brought in from Lemon? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I believe it was Lemon who brought in the... He basically has pretty much the same perk minus those 2 that you already mentioned, which was the Brutal and the Pop, but they have the same add-on, so we are going to keep going for the flings, but unfortunately it's not enough distance there to get ducked into that edge corner there to go for the fling. Very unfortunate indeed, but Pig still being able to hit them over the window. There is the ping there going in. We do see Pig is now going to be trying to get this tag onto LV Duck, and he does get it very fantastically as well, mind you. And we do see that first gen pop in the background as well, and the pain res here as well for our troubles. And now Chief is going to be our Wretched Fate user. If we can see where that totem spawned, it spawned all the way at main, so not ideal to see that. Oh wait, no, never mind, pain res hasn't even been used, so their only progress was that 1 gen they just popped.
No progress on the gens at the moment, no stacks lost. I mean, it's quite similar to last game, except there's not much gen pressure, and you do have 2 injures on the board. You have it down at relatively the same time, but I think he's going to be able to hold up the pressure here, considering the amount of injures that he has on the board already. So Pig taking in the second stage of the game here, the second fresh as well, is going to be using a pain res here, but I don't think that it's really going to take effect anywhere besides 1. Yeah, look, I mean, you have the unhook in the background, and Dage just trying to find the correct generator to work at a point in time like this, but we do see Chief here over at main, very aggressive, like to be within the 3 gen whilst injured, but you know, I'm pretty sure there is a reason for it. We do see LV Duck spread on the other side of the map here, and Dage working over at 7, I do believe, as we do take ground here on the side of Pig. It's 9 rather. He is going to be trying to see where that stealth out had happened, but not quite find it ultimately. And now going back to the 4 side, we do see LV Duck here. Just kind of caught in the midst of everything here, but is going to be playing the opposite side of pallet possession, which is not what you want to see as a survivor, but winning everything, breaking that line of sight, beautifully done, but ultimately getting caught in the mind game. He's going to spell a tag, and now he's forced all the way down into the shack area where he's too far from the pallet, but he does make the window here. Pig trying to play some wacky mind games there. LP Duck's going to read that and run straight past him. Now, does he opt to go for the window again? He does, but that's just going to be him down. He kind of had to jiggy whether he was going to the pallet or window there, because ultimately that was always going to result in a down. But, you know, ping set regardless. Going to be taking that pickup onto LV Duck now. Going to probably hooking him to the fourth side of the map. I want to say basement, but maybe that, you know, is a little bit much. So, again, I don't think that paint resonance was used on LV Duck, and yeah, it wasn't. We do get this hook onto LV Duck over at 4. It was Merit earlier who was the pain resonance over at 3, and we do see Merit just stealthing out. This is our second tunnel out at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. The pulling survivor has been caught, and I do think the Crows dobbed them in as we do throw Merit into the wall. We are so fortunate and lucky to be able to get that save very last second. My God, that was ambitious. That could have been problems there, you know. Pig now he's on the front foot. Survivor's on the back foot here. You know, you're going to be following up the chase here onto LV Duck, the ace player around this eye filler. But where do you go from here, Gohan? This might be a tunnel out already.
Yeah, indeed it is, and it is looking rough. We do get the pallets on to Pig here. And unfortunately, because no Brutal, he isn't going to be able to like catch up quite easily to Duck, but we do have the Mind Gaze coming in as well. We are going to be dropping the pallet as well. We are going to try and see if we can get Mind Game LV Duck into false sense of security, but no, we are not able to. We are going to be running up, down, over, back towards the hook as well, and this is looking kind of grim. No, we do go down right on top of the hook as well. This is looking grim for Caustic right now, and we do have found Dage as well. Dage's outfit is not helping him with the stealth raid, boys. I don't know about the outfit, not gonna lie, but hey, he's being able to get away from the situation that was being put in hand to him, though. He isn't gonna take a tag, but now the only problem is Merit is death hook, and Duck is pretty much slugged right on top of it, so there's no reason for Pig to leave. So now we have to be able to trade this. We are gonna go in for the trade. Dage is gonna be able to get the unhook, but then gonna go straight back down onto the floor, and now this gives Pig an easy and free hook over onto the pain hook. But no, we are going to opt to go for this bot mid hook first, and then most likely hook Dage onto that pain hook. But we do see that second or that third gen pop in the background. Chief working those gens in the background. Merit nowhere to be seen yet, but no, we have opted to go and try and find whoever popped this gen, and we've spotted the second tunnel out. This is looking kind of grim, Hunter, but no, never mind. We've gone back down to try and find Dage.
As soon as we hook Dage, we take the set, because at the moment it's 5-2 as opposed to 5-3. You know, all the survivors have to get out of the trial right now unscathed if they are to take away this set. And with 2 gens remaining and only 3 survivors in the trial, all injured, yeah, it's just not going to be the case. We're going to be trying to get that head on from the side of Chief, but he's just going to be going down. That's just not what you want. Yeah, unlucky, buddy. Just hopping in the lockout, really trying to pull one out of the hat. I would have screamed if it worked 100%, but he's going to be just slapped on this hook here for the third pain res of the game. Sorry, my math is not there today, but we do have our survivors in the background working generators. There's not really much to do here. Regardless, all that is left for them to do is play for best possible result. And can they get outs from this? I'm saying it's going to head towards that 4K1 scenario that we all know and love, because unfortunately they just don't have enough pressure on the map here. And with Chief on the hook, with everybody injured, Pig can roam away and kind of still put pressure on the hook as soon as it happens. And he does anticipate over at the top side there will be somebody working these gens here, because it is the furthest from the hook and it'd make the most sense, right? He does see the sparks in the background. That's going to be Dage just hopping off all the way into corner 1. But he's opted not to commit it and put the power back in hand and try to see if he spots the crossover, but doesn't see anything of the sort. So it allows him to comfortably say, hey, I want to chase this over at 1 to 2. So Dage is now going to put on the running boots again, the sneakers if you will, and greet that pallet all the way into 3. Now going to be vaulting this first wall of the matchsticks. Going to be back vaulting too, and doing a little bit of jiggy, and that's going to be him running away untouched there. That's incredible work from Dage. Now Pig just kind of forced back into that unhook scenario, or that unhook area rather. Going to be pre-dropping it, the pallet, sorry, to get the unhook on the side of Dage. It's going to be a pain resonance hook, so Merit, get off that generator as soon as you can. And Yeah, again, this
I
is
did
just a
hear a
little bit of a,
scream.
it's a little bit of a rinse repeat, rinse repeat. We did hear a scream, but I didn't even think I know where that happened. You know, Chief just forced to go for the unhook here. You know, Pigs just kind of left it and abandoned it entirely. It was all the way over at 11. So it is the 4K one. Okay, worst comes to worst, 4K one. I like that result against Chinese Dragons. You know, got to really take your hat off to Caustic. So gonna be playing the 50s on this little rock edge fill again. I think Pig's just trying to get flicky with it now. Oh my
Oh,
god, and wow, oh wow.
that,
Chef's
that was
kiss,
something.
Gohan, realistically. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, indeed. I've got that many a time, especially with my pig. It is a bit crazy to see that happen as well onto Merit. Very unfortunate. Unfortunately, sometimes if you don't drop it in time or you drop it a little bit later, when he dashes, you do get that cheeky little hit over the pallet as well, which is mighty unfortunate for Merit, especially when that was his death hook. But that A's got to now be a 9 stages full fresh. So yeah, Pig has definitely won this, but now we've got to see whether or not Chief and Dage alone can at least get that last gen pop and maybe make it a 4K 0. But we do see the chase happening on now back towards main. He doesn't have the window on this side, but he is going to try and get that Palestine. Unfortunately, going to be able to make it and going to be slammed into the car. We are going to hook straight away in front of main as well. Chief most likely trying to slug out a gen, and he is trying to slug out this gen, but Pig is hot on his tail right now. And now this is going to be the last chase of the game. Let's see how Pig does this mind game to try and get Chief on the floor. And he is going to try and do a cheeky little vault over the pallet, trying to get him, but unfortunately, we got the bro in the locker, and he's trying to get the head on again. Unlucky. Honestly, respect to the bro for trying to get the head on onto Pig. That would have been something for the resume that he's being able to head on the great Pig, but unfortunately, he is going to go down.
Through here. Oh, 4? Is this 4? No, it is 4. Yeah, around 4 or 5. So they spawned 4. It means our killer spawned all the way over at 11. We're getting to 2-2 split. Some quick rotation from our survivors here. Not quite stealth-like as we are leaving some scratch marks all over the place. Maybe we can catch onto that on the side of Pig, but I think they'll disappear just before we get to the area we need to be checking. We are checking halfway edge 5, and we do see faint ones here leading into the lockers. No one quite there just yet, Pig, but regardless, this is going to be the first chase initiated onto our Zarina, which is Merit, who has decided to play the LNTs here over at corner 4 and just going to be looping around the T-board there, getting kind of caught on the lip there. That's just unfortunate stuff. I mean, yeah, I don't like how they've done that either with the tile. I mean, in comparison to other maps like Macmillan's and Azarov's, it's just, it's not needed now, is it? But we're going to be going down at a very quick time for a raid set, you know, not being able to make that pallet over at Shack, and now this is going to be a quick basement hook. Not as detrimental as Bubba sets when it comes to basement hooks here, but still not where you want to be on the Dead Dog Saloon as we do cloak up here on the side of Pig. Now going to be checking where his generators are, doing a little bit of a spinneroo to see, hey, which ones do I want to patrol? And we have this nice tight 3-gen over at the top side where it is main 12 and 1, so if we can hold on to this later on in the game, if the game gets a little bit too dicey, maybe we can, but I do believe we heard some proggy all the way over at main, so I'm not too sure. Pig now really trying to bounce and scare these survivors off the generators here. They're not falling for it though. Yeah, look, they're already trying to split this 3-gen up, and they've identified it really well, like very quickly, might I add too. So yeah, Gohan, strong start for Pig here.
Yeah, especially with that hook all the way down in basement as well. As you said, yeah, it's not as detrimental as if it was on the Bubba set, but you can kind of get body blocky with Wraith as well. Maybe even get a cheeky hit over the windows and pallets and stuff as well. But as we saw earlier, Chief is instantly on that 3-gen area, and he's on that quickly. We do not want the killer to have this 3-gen if ever things do get dicey. But he has actually a second 3-gen here as well, being at Gallows, 7 and at 6-gen as well. So either way, he has a 3-gen ready to go. The question is, which one is he going to end up being able to use? And so far, it looks like it is going to be the one more so at the 6 side of the map. We are going to be getting our eruption on this generator at 4 as well. Lemon as well, about to pop his gen as well. I am not sure where that gen was. Maybe when we flip around, he might see it. But it looks like it was main. Yep, main is the other gen to pop. So now we have only 3 gens remaining. on the trial, but we do have a gen here at 7, which we are going to be working on the side of Duck as well. But no, we have seen Chief go in for the save. We are going to be breaking the pallet as well, and now Chief is going to have to be trying to get this in here. But it is going to be a trade, which is mighty unfortunate. But no, Pig has opted just to go a little bit back and try and get the body block on to Merit. But no, we are going to down Chief and then chase over onto Merit and try and get him out of the trial as soon as possible. But Merit is on his way over towards main. He has this side pallet to work with. He is going to get stunned through it as well. Mighty unfortunate for Pig not being able to get that hit into him. But now Merit has main to work with. Let's see if he can loop this perfectly. But he has opted to go for the top side, hoping to get this vault here, and he does indeed. Being able to work now with this front main pallet if he can make it in time for the swing. But no, he is not going to make it just in time. We do have a survivor here as well, but unfortunately it is not going to be enough time to get that pallet stun. So there is going to be Merit gone at 3 gens remaining, and it is looking quite grim, Hunter.
They do have some gen pressure on the board though, just unfortunate stuff. LV Duck wasn't able to get that pallet drop as Merit was on the wrong side. We are going to be getting a tag that we don't need at the moment on the side of our survivors onto Lemon here, but it's just kind of inevitable at this point considering Pig rotating to where the generators are being worked, and he almost hit Lemon through that pallet, but we did get the stun onto Pig there. So, you know, our one saving grace, and now we've just broken into a whole lot of nothing as over at 6 it is pretty dead. We probably have this pallet here, this little short filler that's kind of a nuisance if anything. It doesn't really do a whole lot, especially on Pig. Yeah, Lemon just going to be going down onto that. Maybe a pallet save coming in here from LV Duck, but no. And we've also, no, because he's on the generator. And we've also interrupted a generator over at 6. I don't know if that's the generator that LV Duck's working, but that's the pain resonance coming into effect there. And I do believe that was 4 if we heard the screams correctly. So we do have like 1 generator ready to pop. And yeah, LV Duck's all the way over at 3-2 now. And Chief just kind of being a little bit sneaky trying to work 7 there, but ultimately not working. He's going to be getting hit before he reaches the pallet as we have uncloaked just in time down the side of Pig. Yeah, this, I can't remember the name of the add-on, but the uncloaking speed's really helping Pig here. I mean, you saw it in basement as well, Gohan, where, you know, that trade was, where it was meant to be a clean pool in all honesty until at least you got up to the stairs, but it just ended up being a trade because of the uncloak speed. And now going to be taking a kick onto that generator there over at corner 7, and Pig now, he has options. He has Chief on the floor, and now he can opt to slug this and go for another survivor like Lemon over at main, or he can opt to go back for the pickup, or he can just keep on putting pressure around the entire map until the generators regress enough to the point where he feels comfortable in chasing. As we do push LV Duck back into the top side of the map, we do know where both survivors and the slug is at all times. So Pig really trying to uphold a 4K3 here, and can he do it? We do get the pick in the background, as you did see by the avatars, that Chief is up and running once more. Now, do they go for a reset, or do they go for the pressure here? You know, you just kind of caught it a loss either way. I mean, playing the resets is playing the slow game, and can you last long enough to get another gen pop? Who knows? But it seems like they're playing a little bit injured at the moment, unless they're baiting out the reset. Unless we've 99'd one of the survivors and the other one just healing in the process. No, we've opted to go for the gen pressure, and this is kind of what I anticipated happening. The survivors trying to play the aggressive game here. I mean, they just really don't want to be losing the 4K3 and trying to have a little bit more faith in their chasers with only 1 health stay on the board. But ultimately, if Pig is smart enough, and I know he is, he can definitely capitalize on that fact, as, you know, everybody is 1 hit down. All it takes is a correct uncloak or a wacky ping hit through something, and then all your progress is just kind of undone. Like here, Gohan, I mean, Chief caught out of position going down. It's just, it's not what you want to see. It's not what you want to see.
Yeah, especially considering the situation they're in as well. And I believe Chief is a pain res hook as well, and he is going to be able to make it towards that 6 hook as well. So it is looking quite grim, and this area is truly diabolical. But we do have Duck is just waiting for it, trying not to get spotted out. But no, the pain res is going to happen. Duck is just going to rotate away from the hook as well. Lemon is coming in for the insta pull and going for the aggressive pull as well. He is going to get that hook. We don't know where the Wraith is right now, but I'm sure he is going to be patrolling. Yep, there he is, and he is going to get back on to the chase. He has found another person here. He is unsure who to go for, but he's going for Lemon, and he's going to be body blocking as well. Lemon, I don't think you had your eyes on, buddy. You didn't see him right in front of you, which is mighty unfortunate for Lemon. Lemon is going to be picked up. He is not a pain res. Our last pain res is Duck, but 6 is a good central hook for this situation, especially with where the gens are right now as well. Lemon is going to go on the hook. and we are going to go hightail it back over towards 4. We want to make sure that this gen does not pop, and we do see scratch marks going away. Most likely Duck having pre-left as well. Chief most likely on that 7 gen, but no, he has actually opted to come over and get the save on to Lemon. So now we're in a situation where if this does not happen quickly, we are going to get able to get free progress onto that generator at 4. Lemon trying to make his way over back towards main, and now Pig is going to see if he can cut off LV Duck, but no, instead we've opted just to go for Lemon, as he is on now Deathhook as well. Chief is now on a generator, most likely going to be on 7 generator as well, and I'm assuming Duck is on 4, but I cannot tell due to the HUD. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but Lemon is going to be going down, and we do see Duck is on that generator at 4, and that is pumping away, and so is the generator at 7. Pig has got to decide which one he wants to go to, and unfortunately he's going to the one with the least amount of progress compared to the 2 generators, so that it is going to be Chief in chase now. Duck most likely going to be able to put that gen maybe in front of Pig's face as well, because Pig is heading over. Swift Hunt is going to be active, but unfortunately Duck is pre-left as well, but Pig has opted to go for the pre as well, and he has cut Duck off, and Duck is going to be going down, and now we have the aura on to Chief as well due to eruption, so it is going to be a 4k3 hunter.
Oh no, it's just unlucky. The 4k3, I know what they were doing. They were trying to play aggressive and try to play out through being injured, and that just chops down to the fact that we have Sloppy Butcher into effect, and I didn't even realize. I kind of went underneath my nose. Usually rates tend to bring in Bamboozle, but yeah, we've opted not to go for that on the side of Pig, and you know, it's worked to his advantage. I mean, when you take into account that scenario there, Gohan, where you're working 4 and 7, they're still quite close to each other. They're definitely still manageable for Pig, and you would have seen that as he did take the eruption kick onto 7. He went straight back to 4 and caught LV Duck all the way over in the 3-tail there, and knew that 7 didn't have enough progress to be finished within that chase time, and then that is yet to remain, as we do see Lin spawning all the way over at 1. We do see Pig hopping on that generator on 12. And I'm curious to know if we bought corrupt. No, we did not bring corrupt intervention.
Oh.
I saw as soon as like the top side of the map where they spawned was open, you knew automatically that we did not bring corrupt intervention. And I think again, Dage is going to go for that very aggressive play style that he knows he has to fulfill. You know, we've opted to bring in not even any comfort perks. We've got Wretched Fate, Sloppy Butcher, Eruption, and Pain Resonance. All need downs, realistically. The only one that really, well, I guess there's two perks that don't necessarily need it is Wretched Fate and Sloppy Butcher, but regardless, they still do need hits. And that being said, we are struggling a little bit on the side of Dage, opting not to commit there onto our Tory Neas, who's ran all the way into 7. We are going to be kicking this generator, getting that Eruption proc all the way over at 4, following up the scratch marks here that lead back into the deep portion of 6. But as we've taken that eruption kick, we've given a whole lot of distance onto Neas, and I don't think it was really worth it. But regardless, Neas again putting up a very good chase there, dropping that carriage pallet, does have access to Shaq. He's going to greed the window and make a round with the distance. He isn't going to be getting mind gamed anything of the sort. Body blocked even though. That's going to be nothing. That's plus 10 wood on the side of Dage, vaulting that window. No bamboozle in hand. He's going to make the window again. Now Neas is going to be extending his chase further into deep 6, where we have the carriage pallet here. We've opted to greet it for some bizarre reason, but we haven't been hit through the pallet. We've won the 50. That's going to be the first gen popping in the background, second gen popping in the background. All of a sudden, we've lost 2 generators. Not a tag to show for it. At the moment, our perks being made useless and redundant. We do have the first tag here. That's, oh no, wait. It's Blood Favor. I said Wretched Fate is Blood Favor. Am I stupid? I am. Regardless, we are going to be taking that first.
Checked, man.
I do. I don't know why I thought that was Wretched Fate, but you know, I saw a totem, I saw a funny-looking crab's icon in the bottom, and I said, "Hey, that's Wretched Fate." But no, it's Blood Favor. Regardless, it wasn't going to help us in that instant, as we still did get to use Shack Pallet. I'm going to be following up chase here over at the bottom side of main, vaulting that nicely. Dage just he has to commit this at this point. I mean, it's a little bit too late to start leaving because as soon as you do, that just enables the survivors to get into better positions and nobody's injured at the moment. So the only survivor that's worth downing at this point is Nias, and he is playing incredible. He's going to be greening the pallet again over at 3. He makes it again. Do we get a body? Surely after greening that. My God.
What is he doing?
He greets it again. He greets it again. I'm telling you, I read through that textbook style. Bloodlust 1 in hand, dropping that pallet outside of the main building. Cannot make 3. No, he doesn't, but he waves down on the pallet. There's going to be no pallet save because we have Hex Blood Favor. It doesn't matter. We throw the Firecracker over at the side that we anticipate the Dage is going to take him, but he's opted to go the other way. It was just too safe of a pickup with the Totem still in the trial. Walk over at 3, my God. 1 stage at 3 gens as a cost. Oh my God, we're not even doubling this turret. How is the gen pressure this good, Gohan? My God, they're efficient.
Yeah, Chinese Dragons are absolutely crazy. And I do want to mention this, but Nias was able to chase basically for their win con. Because they needed to pop 3 gens to be able to win. And Nias has just gone and said, all right, sure, I can do that. Let's run it. And he's chased the killer for 3 gens. And now we have a 4th popped in the background as well. We do see Lin is going to be resetting Nias. And now Pig is going to try and go for a generational chase here. And we are going to see that Dage is going to try and get this over the pallet. But no, Pig is going to be patient with that and is not going to get hit over the pallet. Not going to be able to get mind game. But we do have the protection hit coming on from Effect as well. Effect is going to get tagged. Blood Favor is now going to be activated again. So now it is looking quite grim because I don't think we have much pallets to work with in this area as well. We have 1 gen remaining and we are going to get hit through the pallet, and the pallet is going to be dropped as well. And Nias as well is just going to say a little cheeky little hello as well. And Lin is in the background trying to work on that last generator. We are going to be able to get pain res as well onto it. So we are going to be able to stop that generator just briefly. But for how long, especially with the fact that he's right back on that generator hunter. We do have Pig as well trying to get into that for the aggressive pull, but no, Dage is going to try and stop that as quick as possible.
And taking on one of the last chasers here onto Pig, as we do see Lin in the background working that gen to the best of his abilities. We see the rotation in the background ready for that pull over at 3. Pig getting caught out here in the mind games, just vaulting into the loving embrace of Dage. He's going to be breaking this pallet now. We're going to be picking up Pig. Oh, wait, hang on a second. We went for a little bit of a cheeky safe, potentially, as we did take the endurance hit. Oh, it's still there. The Effect going down. That's going to be back on the floor for Effect. And Pig now going to be slapped on the hook in front of both of these exit gates here. So, you know, both survivors in the trial on the side of Lin and Nia still healthy, still able to recover everything, all things considered. But if they were injured, that would have been problems. And now Dage is just going to go for the all remaining stages that he has. And this is more so of what you would particularly see on a raid set, you know, anywhere between 3, 4. These guys very well versed in the set that they picked. Shocker, I know, but now Pig going to be taking that endurance hit there. Are they going to go for this pull here over at the outside of main? They are, and we've slapped the pallet into the right position on the side of Pig there to have to make Dage divert, go around 3. Now Pig getting caught again here. No pallet to his... Oh no, don't tell me. But he'll get this one if there's no body block. Yeah, I heard the survivors in the background, but nobody was going to be able to go in front of Dage quick enough. But going to be getting sluggy here. And this may be another stage onto Pig. Wait, we're faking the pickup here. We do see scratch marks leading into the exit gate. And Lin just still debating whether he wants to go back in the trial there and try to bring everything back. But we've picked up...
They are indeed.
Oh, no,
they are trying to get Effect back up.
We've picked up Lin, and I think that... No, sorry, we picked up Pig, and I do believe that is because he was the most progressed, recovered survivor off the floor. And playing the very last second...
we're trying to... Oh,
nah.
Never
I
mind.
think they were counting on a flashlight save, maybe. No, but no. The Effect's the one with the flashlight. Yeah.
The flashlight.
I don't know what...
They want everyone out. They want... Wait, are they going to get this?
Is this possible? Well, regardless, like, Nias goes back on the floor. No, flashlight save from Effect if he picks, though.
if he looks the right way, but no, it looks like Dage is just trying to go for effect as well. But we do have the body block with Lin as well. Pig is going to be using his mending as well, wanting to get out of that as well. But we do still hear the cries of Fang. So Effect was still around trying to get them up, and they actually are going back for Lin as well. They really want to get this 4 out, Hunter.
Yeah, we're forcing Locker here from Lin, because the reason they've done this is obviously they want all 4 survivors out of the trial, right? Because we've already blown the win condition out of proportion. They're already getting outs regardless, unless they fumble the bag entirely. They're going for a triple reset. Now, Lin being the only fresh hook left in the game has as much time as needed for the survivors to get all healthy and in position ready for the 4-man out. We do have somebody hooked here over at 6 now. You do have 3 survivors left in the trial. As soon as Pig and Effect are healthy, they're going to be coming in for that save. They might even go now, but we've baited them out here, and we've seen the reset happening. My God. And yeah, this is problems here. Maybe Nias goes back into the trial and then unhooks. And ultimately, Effect will be just on the floor here. So you can't really save Effect. No Firecracker left. He's the one with the beamer. No pallet in sight. Ultimately, Dage can just go for the pick, but has opted to slug and try to down Lin, get a little bit greedy with it. Pig also in the trial, still remaining, and now Nias.
Wait, is he gonna pick him back up?
He does get no, he doesn't, because unfortunately we have caught him out, and we are going to be getting that nice tag, and this will be 6 stages. So you know. Well, actually, no. Wait, will it be 6? Yeah, it will be. Well, hang on, no. 3. Again, my math is completely off. It's 7, I do believe. 7-4?
7-4.
7-4. I like that result. You know what? That's good for Dage.